Alright YouTube, what's going on? Hope you've had a lovely week. It's currently Sunday when I'm filming this and it is nearly 7 o'clock. I've not put that much energy into social media, let's just say. This past week, it's been a tough week. I have had a lot of family issues. My granddad sadly passed away and my dad has been in hospital with COVID and then other things as a result of having it. So yeah, it's been a bit of a tough one personally. I'm currently trying to build a business and brand and also trying to buy a house and things like that. So there's a lot going on. It's just been taking its toll on me this week. So I kind of had a bit of a social detox. I've been posting, but I've not been very active with it. So I've taken a bit of bit of time off. I feel like this is gonna be really close. Let me just prop you up. Taking a bit of time off of the old socials this week. I feel like it's helped definitely. I needed to write loads of lists of things that I wanted to do, things that needed to get done, jobs, and just kind of prioritize what's really important. So like I said, it's been a bit of a tough one. It's currently nearly 7 o'clock and I'm doing a upper body compound session. So I thought, you know what, whilst I've got the camera here, because I was just going to film the workout itself, I thought I'd see if I could get a little YouTube in there as well. It may not be that exciting. I just hope that these videos are just kind of cool little vlogs. I just really want my YouTube to be a bit more about my life and stuff, you know. It isn't always super exciting. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you living this high life of being some massive social influencer or whatever and just kind of can put a post up each day and just kind of sit back and, you know, it's not very easy all of the time. I just want to kind of bring you along with my life and show you that it's not always sunshine and rainbows. I am such a positive person. I'm always fairly happy. I've never been, say, depressed. I've been quite anxious previously because of the Love Island stuff and the pressures that brought. But now I'm in a good spot, genuinely in a good spot. But I just don't want everything to just be kind of fluff on here and kind of there to be no personality with it. Like I said, it's not all highs all the time, and I'd love to take you along and just show you that I'm a normal person just like you guys. I don't know. I'm gonna take you along for a bit of a workout tonight and chat you through some bits and bobs. But yeah, I hope you're well. I hope you're well. This lens that I've got on is probably really close. I do have another lens here. If you're into your cameras and stuff, my camera, because it's quite a good camera, it picks up my face and all that sort of stuff. This camera is a Sony A6400. The lens that's on it currently is a Sigma 30mm lens. That's the one that I usually film my gym videos with because I feel like it's quite well, the proportions on it are quite well, the different depths, and when I come in close, the background, it changes. So I'm quite into it, I guess. I would love an A7, but that's not going to happen anytime soon because this one's good enough. And then I've got another lens that I film. Let me just put that there. I film this wider shot basically. This is a 16mm Sigma lens. So that one is what I would usually shoot YouTube on and vlog with because it's kind of this distance rather than being here. So yeah, I'm gonna start with bench press. I have not started yet, so I'm just gonna do a bit of a warm up. I'll probably just put some music over the top of this and stop talking because I've just talked all the way through. Here we go. Let me set you up on the little tripod. Boom. Right. Take you over here. So today I'm going to do a bit of compounds. I took yesterday off. Yesterday was Saturday, and I'm going to run through chest, back, shoulders, I may do some arms after this as well, but I usually just do a little bit of arms because they get hit a lot of the time on these exercises anyway. So yeah, start with bench press, then we'll probably go to do some rows, then we'll probably go and do a seated shoulder press here, or I'll have some 20 kilo dumbbells down there as well. After that, maybe do some pull-ups. We'll see. I'm not going to do any deadlifts today because tomorrow I'm doing compound lower body, which will involve like a lot of my legs. I really want my legs to recover. I did 2 runs last week, and yeah, they've just been buckled. So no deadlifts because I don't want my hamstrings and glutes to be ruined for legs tomorrow. So yeah, let's do it. With the bench press, a little tip for you. A personal favourite thing that I like to do, like you've probably just seen, is have my legs up. And you're probably wondering why I do that. So it's just to have a neutral spine so that when I am lowering myself into it, I have a flat, like it's hitting my chest perfectly flat. Alright, so when you're like this, you are more arched, therefore it's slightly more declined. So when I have my legs up, I make sure that my back and my spine is neutral. I keep my core tense and I'm slowly lowering down and then powering back up, and I can feel it so much more in my chest. I'm not going for like any massively heavy lifts. So if you're not going for super heavy lifts, why not feel it more where you want to feel it? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to keep my legs up throughout this, and I'll probably work up to like 100 kilos, maybe 110, and see if I can keep my feet up all the way throughout. It's good for balance as well, so just gotta be careful with it, but it's a different experience, like you say, because you have your feet down for the balance, but it's a great way of really targeting your chest, especially if you're just wanting to focus on the growth of a particular area, rather than, you know, how like strong you are. Oh, excuse me, got indigestion. Right. Reps wise, I'm going to be going for sets of 6, but I'm going to work my way up and probably do a total of around about 6 sets. Usually, the way I like to work it is I go up in like steady increments, maybe 5 to 10 kilos. Probably start off with 5 to 10 kilo increments to begin with. So 60 here, then we'll go 80, then I'll go 100. See how I am with 100 for my warm into sets, is how I like to call them. And then my working sets, which will be my final weight for the 6 reps. Maybe it's 110, and I'll do that for 3 sets. Yeah, so usually around about 6 sets. If I'm a bit more struck on time, I'll do less warm-up sets, go less heavy with my weight, but do 5 sets or so. So about 2 warm-up sets and then 3 working sets. So I like to do 3 working sets all the time, but if I'm sacrificing time for how much weight I can lift. Been so handy having I bought these weights in the first lockdown, maybe the second lockdown, but honestly, what a godsend. I would be a little prune if I hadn't had these by now. yeah, but I'm really excited for the gym to open even so. I think the atmosphere is like the biggest thing for me. I'm happy to go to a gym every single day. I don't really get like demotivated to go to a gym and train. I get more demotivated doing it in your house because I think, you know, it's you're eating, sleeping, you know, socialising if you've got family there, in the same rooms really. And sometimes you just need, like, the gym is a place where you go to like get away from all of that, you know, and have some you time. So it's more motivating obviously to go to a gym and do that sort of thing. So having to work out in your bedroom or wherever you've got your weights, or, you know, if you're doing bodyweight stuff, it's tough. So kudos to anyone that has stuck through it and grafted all the way through the lockdowns. But yeah, this has been a godsend. Really, really happy about it. I think in total I paid probably like £1,200 for it, the whole setup. And the floor room was just like, from B&Q, super cheap. It's actually cheaper than buying like actual mat, and they come in like packs of 6 these as well, so they can't be seen on that screen, but like, you know, little foam squares. Right. Okay, so that's 100, that's 100 kilos. That felt quite heavy, but I usually warm into things quite well, so I'll try 110 for the 6s and stick with that probably. Yeah. Back when the gyms were open and stuff, I was doing 120 for like 10, so I have lost quite a bit of strength, but we will get it back. Right, 110, aiming for 6, happy with 4 to 6, anywhere around there. It's grand. I feel good. Right, YouTube, I've done my 3 sets. I didn't film the last one, I don't even know why. I just must have stopped the recording. I'm going to do bent over rows now. I'm going to do bent over rows, and I'm also going to put my jumper back on and stop being a show off, because it's bloody freezing in here. It's like, what are we saying on the old temperature? 3 degrees, you know, lovely. To be fair, it was a nice day today, but the with there being no clouds, the heat has just dropped out of the sky, so it's freezing now. But yeah, I'm gonna go for some bent over rows. Just gonna move this bench out of the way. Right, I've switched you up. You're on the other lens now. This is the difference between the 16 and the 30. So that other one was a 30, and now it's really far away. Okay, so get me in the full frame. Bent over rows is up next. With this one, little tip actually. One way that I like to start off, if you're starting off from like a rack height, then you can just obviously walk back and then sink yourself straight into it. But if you're starting from the floor, obviously deadlift it up to a standing position first, and then lower yourself down into it. So basically starting from the top up, so the top down. That way you can set yourself into the correct position, all right? And the barbell should be round about like just below your kneeccaps. You're sticking your bum out, keeping your back nice and straight and pushing your chest up. And And then obviously pulling back with the elbows, squeezing like a grape between the shoulder blades. The best way to go about it, I find. Otherwise, people start from the floor. You kind of using your legs a bit to get it off, and you end up doing this sort of like rocky motion straight from the beginning, which is not ideal. And maybe it's the last couple of reps, you can chuck a couple of those in there to help a little bit, but I find that it works better from the start if you actually start from the top. So you sit your shoulder blades back, stick your bum out, bend the knees ever so slightly, and come down to around about knee height. Then just pull back with the elbows. And that's how I go about that. So this time I'm not going to be going mad heavy. I will probably be going 90 kilos, maybe 100. But same principle as the bench press, where we do three warm up, 3 working. These are my working sets. This is 90 kilos, and then we're doing sets of 6. I'm going to stick another 2.5. That felt a little bit, not easy, but right, I had another rep in me, or 2 reps. So many of my clients ask actually this quite often: how do I know when to go up a weight? And for example, if you have a program or you were aiming for a particular amount of reps, let's just say 12. If you're aiming for 12 reps and you usually, I don't know, do like 60 kilos with 12 reps, and it's always been a bit of a struggle, maybe you could get like, I don't know, 13 if you wanted to. You keep doing it until a point of where you could probably hit 14 or 15, maybe even 16. And then you know, like, okay, for those 12 reps, I need to up the weight a little bit to bring that number back down a little bit with regards to how many reps you can do on that particular exercise. Progressively overloading the muscle is it's basically the principle behind it. So you can deal with more load for the same amount of reps is usually the score. You just keep doing it until you get to the point of where you can up the weight ever so slightly. You can even just little increments, 2.5, 1.5. All right, military press. On this, keep the core tight. You'll want to really like arch it back. Even when you're doing the standing one, you want to really do like this sort of thing. Try and keep your core tensed, you know? So you're not like half shoving this way, but you're very neutral with a braced core. And then as you're pressing up, push your head through and get that extra little squeeze in your shoulders. Personally, I don't really like to lock out my elbows. And obviously in a lot of Olympic lifts you do that, but when it comes to like the bodybuilding side of things, I'm just looking for more time and attention, and that releases the time and attention. So I'm going to be driving through, pushing my head through, and then immediately coming back down to the bottom. I'm working my way up. Same principle, a couple of warm-up sets on this one, and then going into a little bit heavier. I won't be able to go too heavy on this. I'm not like hugely strong, so I'll be doing 10, 10 then 15, then probably switch it up to 20s for maybe 3 sets, maybe 1 less warm-up set than usual. Tops off for 1 round and 1 round only. Ugh. Actually got this vest from Adidas. I worked with them this one time and they asked me if I wanted anything, so it's actually a really, really good vest. Obviously you can strap that around, but I'm not going to bother doing that, but it's got like, all individual pockets, so you can like take the little sandbags out. It's actually really handy. And this one's 10 kilos, so it's not too heavy. But it's enough, and you can go running in it as well. It's quite secure. 3, 4. Ran about 4 sets of that, and that'll be good on this one. I don't know whether actually. I'll do 5, but I might not be able to do 5 sets of 8 with the rest on for good reps, because I'm all about some decent reps. So yeah, no, I think we'll stick with a regular schedule. I might take the best off later when I'm fatigued. That's those done. I'm so hungry that I'm gonna, like I said, superset these last 2. I'm gonna do some chest flies on the flat bench and superset that with lateral raises, and then that is me done. I'll give you a couple of tips with these 2 movements as well, because they are, hopefully I can take this off charge without dying. They are quite tough movements. Okay, so smaller weights for the lateral raises, and then the 20s I'm going to use for the flies, because that is all I have. Okay, so same principle with the flies as we did with the bench press. Have my knees up. Okay, I'm going to sit this way so you can see my chest working. Tell you what, as much as I like being half naked when it's freezing, it's not ideal, but I'll do it for this. And yeah, so I'm gonna go back. Right, nice flat spine against the bench, push up to the top. Okay, and what I want you to try and do, if you see where my shoulders are, I can get a little bit more of a tense chest just by pushing my hands up to the roof a little bit more. Okay, so as we come down, we're going to stretch the chest as much as possible, coming up, and then try to push them to the roof rather than just bring them together. This is going to help get that extra little squeeze. really, really feel that. So just make sure that you come real steady on the way down, and then as you come up, aim to not only just bring the weights together like this. You see, I'm trying to it's pretty much bringing my elbows together. So as I'm down, I'm coming up, and I'm trying to bring my elbows together, and that gets that little squeeze basically that I'm looking for whilst doing this movement. Okay, so this one is probably one of the most widely done wrong movements I've ever known. So lateral raises, I'm going to do them seated. I am going to be using a little bit of a swing, but only on the reps in which I'm fatiguing in, just to help get them to where I want them to be. So what you want to do, okay, is aim to raise the shoulder. Sorry, started wrong. Aim to raise the elbow up high, okay? So in this position here is what I'm looking to do. Okay, you're not internally rotated and you're not externally rotated. There's a lot of people when they do this, they're externally rotate, coming up like they are, you know, in this position here. You don't want that at all. Okay, similar to coming up with your traps and going forwards. Ideally, what I want you to do is just shake your shoulders down. Okay, so you're throwing the shoulders down, holding the weights here, and then what I want you to do is raise the weights up. And I can honestly only get my hands around my bear before my traps start taking over, and then I'm shrugging it. Okay, so you want to kind of, I tell you what, here's a good tip for you. This is what I use with my clients. So set your arm down, okay, put your other hand, yeah, on your trap, okay, and push your arm down. As you raise your arm to the side, you get to a certain point before you want to like squish your other hand in your neck, okay, so you want to kind of just get to that point there, and that is the correct way of hitting your medial delt to help you get more rounded shoulders, okay? Enough waffle. I think this video is going to be so long. I'll probably just finish it after this video, after this exercise. So, should be something like this. Right, you're pretty much seeing how I'm going to do these. I don't want this video to go on for like 30-40 minutes, so I'm going to stop it there. Thank you very much for watching. With these two, I'm just going to do 4 sets and then I'll be completely finished. But I'm going to superset them. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been a little bit more of an insight, a bit more of a chilled vlog. I don't know if it's what you want, but I'm going to stick it up anyway and hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully you stuck around to the end. And if you have any more questions with regards to anything, DM me, ideally on Instagram, or stick it in the comments. Actually, stick it in the comments of here if you've got any more questions or any suggestions of videos, and I'll get them done and I'll get back to you. But thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, give it a like. I love you all. Thank you for the support and the patience, because life's a bit mad, as it is with everybody. But yes, I'll see you again soon. Enough waffle from me. Bye now, guys.